Well everyone, welcome. I'm Annihilator and you're at One for Gaming. So today we're building my first iron farm and it will output over 1200 ingots per hour. And it is easily scalable and tileable, so you can go pretty bonkers with this. And the best thing, there's zero redstone involved. It is all Minecraft mechanics, so stay tuned for that. Welcome back everybody. So this is my variant of an iron farm, and this farm produces over 1200 iron an hour, and it is very simple to build. It's got zero redstone in it, and so let me briefly take you through how this works. Now you don't have to build it this big, you can just build one pod. So I consider this to be one pod. So you've got a zombie in the middle holding he's holding a sign currently, but he can be holding anything. It stops him despawning, or you can put a name tag on him. I built it with the simplest idea in mind, the simplest amount of resources. So he's on the soul sand and the water, and that makes him bob up and down. Then his line of sight and the villager's line of sight is blocked by this slab here. So then they will sleep, and then they will start producing iron golems. You can see the iron golems already, they're falling like crazy. So he bobs up and down, causes the villagers to panic, and then they produce an iron golem on top of here, which washes them down and falls into the lava down below. Now, how these work, you'll see there's a bed there and there's beds there. Now, the beds must be 10 blocks apart minimum for the villagers to stop picking up the other beds. So you'll see this is 10 blocks across there, and then it's 10 blocks there, and so on and so forth. So this is very, very easy to tile. So if I wanted to, I could tile this 3 wide and 3 high, and then I'd be producing over 10,000 iron an hour. I don't need 10,000 iron an hour. This was just a proof of concept. So it's a standard 7 wide, 8 long, flowing water. This pushes the golems. There we go. There was 7 golems, guys. I couldn't give a better example if I tried. And the golems all fall down into the water there. The middle one, you can change the spacing out if you want, but I don't recommend doing that. It's just more work. You don't need more spawning points, because the golems here, because of the radius around these villages where they can spawn, also lets them spawn on this platform up here. So it's 2 wide, 2 high, 2 wide this side with gates here, and a 3 block spacing here to this platform with this bunch of villagers here. So we're going to build this. I'm going to give you exactly how many blocks you need, and you guys can see how efficient this is. Now the base collection system here, you do not need to make it this big. I made this big because it was what I needed to get the collection system to work and just to test with. So you can see there, you can see the iron that's producing that comes over one hour of collection. But yeah, so it's very simple, no redstone involved at all. What you could possibly do if you want to tile this out is you just bring a wall, not a wall, but you in line with this all the way down here, and then down with this line here. You have basically a 3 wide chute for the golems to fall into, and I think that'll save you a bit on lava and hoppers and things like that. But let's get into it. Okay everybody, what do you need to build this? You need 2 chests and 9 hoppers for your collection system, roughly 6 stacks of your choice of building blocks, in this case red concrete, 1.5 stacks of fencing, scaffolding, as many as you need. I would recommend 3 stacks of that. Infinite water, as the whole farm runs on it, 2 stacks of clear glass or glass of your choice, 1 stack of carpets, half a stack of string, 9 signs, 3 soul sand, 3 name tags to name your zombies, as many minecarts as you need to transport your villagers around, as many rails as you need to transport said villagers. Speaking of villagers, you need 18 of those for the full-size farm, 6 if you're going for 1 pod, and you need 3 zombies. Okay, welcome to our world, guys. Now, this is very simple what we've started with. It is a simple stack of scaffolding, roughly 20 blocks high, And then we're going to go out 5 blocks on either side here. So this is in total is 11 blocks wide. It is very critical that you get that dimension right. In the middle here, we can put 1 block there, and that is where our zombie is going to stand. So we don't need him quite yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go out 12 blocks here. So that's 1, 2, and then we're going to go another 10 that way. Okay, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. So it's 13 blocks out that side, 13 blocks that side, and 5 blocks wide on each side. Now what you're going to do on each one of these outposts, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and the middle one counts as 1, 2 is 3, and then you're going to go up there, and you're going to go up there. And this is where our villagers are going to stand. Now what you can do is you're going to make a platform here, like this. I'm building this like you would in survival mostly. And then you go beds. We're just going to grab let's do a different color. Let's go black beds. Okay. So now the beds we want to put here. So we're going to put 1 there. Oh, it's too far back actually. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So it's a 3x3 platform, including where the villagers are going to stand. What you're also going to need is your carpet. So I'm just going to grab some nice blue carpet, and you're going to put some carpet down there. And now you need some string as well. And what is this going to do? This is going to let us put carpet above the beds. So you'll see here, I can put now carpet there, and I can now surround all of this with more carpet. Okay, so the carpet does 2 things. It lets us place the string, the string lets us place the carpet above the beds, so it stops the villagers from standing on the beds. It'll let them sleep, but they can't stand on it. And nothing else can spawn on carpet. So what you want to do is you want to go up another one like that, and like, no, not like that. We need 1 more like there. Okay, so you'll have something that looks like this. This is where our villagers are going to stand on this blue carpet. And then our fencing will come out like that. And now we're going to leave these temporary blocks in here, because this is where our minecarts are going to go to get our villagers in here. Obviously, we're going to need a minecart system to deliver all the villagers. Right, so I'm going to build 1 more just to quickly show you. So you're going to go out 1, 2 on either side. So 1, 2, and then here. Then you're going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can fill it in like that. The reason you're filling this in is because you do not want the villagers to get struck by lightning. Because if a villager gets struck by lightning, they turn into a witch, and that's not what you want. All right. And if you really want to be paranoid about this, what you can do is you can completely surround this in glass. That is an option. It's I haven't found it completely necessary, but if you're paranoid like I am, in my survival world, I would probably surround these blocks in either glass or something like that, something they can't spawn on. So slabs, glass, things like that. So what you could possibly do is go glass, and we're just going to grab some glass blocks. That's fine. And then you can probably just build it closed like this if you wanted to. Just to make sure that nothing untoward can happen to your villagers, because it's going to be a nightmare to get them up this high. So you could build it like that if you so choose. And remember, you put your carpet there, and you want your fencing there and there. And then we're going to put our railroads here. Okay, so that's our 2nd villager pod done. Now we need to repeat this another 4 times, and we'll be back once I've completed that. Okay, everybody, welcome back. So we have finished off all of our pods. I haven't closed them in glass because I actually like the look of that. And we have built our villager transport system. So very simple rail cart system that goes all the way down here to our villager collection chamber with a simple dispenser. I will have a video coming up shortly on how to build this and how it works. It's very simple actually once you get the hang of placing the blocks. But that is going to be how we're going to get our villagers from ground level up to here. Now we actually need our iron golem system, our spawning platforms. So what we're going to do is, remember this block here where the hole is where our zombies are going to stand. So we need to go back. So we're going to go one block there. 1 is 2. That should be good. And 3. And then we're going to go basically 4 blocks up, and then this will be our platform that the 5 blocks up. So then we're just going to go out to the edges here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's plenty. And then we're going to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5. Okay. Now we're going to go forward 8 from this position, including this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and is 8. The reason we're doing that is because water flows 8 blocks. Okay, so we've got this platform here. What we're going to do now is we're just going to fill this in with our blocks, and we're going to finish this off. And once we're back, we're going to put the fencing around it. So we're just going to do that very quickly. Okay, so this is going to be our platform for that our iron golem's going to spawn on. So we're just going to put buckets of water here. Right, like so. And you'll see it flows nicely to the edge. So they will then spawn here. So obviously they can't spawn here because nothing can fit there. But to make yourself a bit safer, if you want, you can put carpet there as well. So nothing else can be able to spawn. If you want, you can put torches or something else to light up the edges, or maybe even lanterns. Lanterns would actually look pretty cool. So there we go. So this is actually one module, nearly actually fully complete, guys. So you see how quickly it is to build this. The hardest thing here now would be to get your villagers up, which we're going to do now, and then to get your zombie here. The zombie you'll have to do at night. You'll have to lead him, and you're going to have to either put a name tag on him, or you're going to have to make sure you can pick something up. So let us get ourselves a villager into a minecart, and we're going to lead him up into the back here because we've got a pod set up ready for him right over there. Alright, so we've got 3 villagers. We've got our dispensing system. So we're going to push our button. Whoop, there goes the first one, up and away. Second one, up and away. And third one, up and away. Alright, so now normally you would just run after the villagers like so. Okay, then you can just block them off. I'd recommend doing one at a time. I'm just trying to speed things along here. Alright, so we're just going to nudge our first villager back into where he belongs. Alright, and now carefully, if you just look underneath him, there, you see it highlights it there? Just break the rail underneath the minecart like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push him in as well. There we go. He's just actually bounced off the mine tracks. That actually works beautifully. So we're just going to push him there. I do need a pickaxe, so I'm just going to grab myself a pickaxe. Just grab a diamond one. Don't need to go full netherite on it. We're going to swing around this side and set the time to day. Okay, that's why I said I suggest you do this by one at a time to get them all 3 up here. It just makes your life a little bit easier. And there we go. Come on, get in there. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay, so a little bit of controlling there, guys. I knocked out some blocks behind me here, and I just built an extra set of blocks here, so I can get all 3 of these guys in here without having to fight too much with them. Now I'm just going to break the minecarts quickly there and there, and now they should take up the beds, and we're just going to jump across there. Okay, so that's the first set of villagers, as you can see, now safely in their pod. Now we'll do the same thing for this side and all the rest of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and populate these, or with the way you do in creative mode, and we'll be back once I've done that. One thing, guys, don't forget to put your carpet down here. Now there's a couple ways you can do it. Now you'll see these guys have naturally migrated here. so we can just jump and push it there. But now you see, now what do I do? So what you could possibly do is you can right click and get them to either move. Sometimes they'll move away from your right click, or you can punch them, and then when they're in the air you can do that. Now obviously this is going to hurt your reputation amongst the villagers, so do not do that near your villager's spawn. Or you can drop them in with another minecart rail system, so you can bring the rails in from above and have a piece of cactus maybe up there and break the minecart automatically and they fall down, so you don't have to worry about that. There's many ways. The only thing is you need to get your villagers in there. Alright, so we have now populated everything. And just going to break that out. So just to give you an overhead view here quickly. So that's currently with what we have. Now we're going to build the other two water systems before we get to the zombies, because I don't want to get the zombies going yet, because then we'll start the golems spawning and then I have to deal with a lot of other stuff at the same time. So it's the same thing here. Now what we're going to do with this one, so you're going to go with this middle one in line here. So you want to keep it roughly the same height as that. So we want to go 1 is 2, and then we're going to build out the middle one here. Okay, so our platform in total is going to be 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and then 1 in the middle. Now, what you can do, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can either put fencing up here and then make it waterlogged, so you can do it like that. That's a perfectly reasonable option if you want to do that. It will work. It is a good way, but you also do need to put in your gates. Do not forget to put in your gates, because otherwise you're going to have water running off the edges. So what I would do is get some temporary blocks, go out 1, and then you're going to have to do something like that, and then break that inner gate, and now you want to put more gates in, basically like this, all the way down. And so we're just going to rinse and repeat that all the way across. So we're going to put gates, and make sure you open all the gates. All right, so let's do that quickly. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to go the waterlogged fence route. So I'm just going to put buckets of water here. So what you could do is not use the fencing and just put water down there, but you're still going to need a fence or something in the middle to stop things spawning there. So this is just easier. All right, so now if something spawns in here, oopsies, I forgot a fence, a gate. Yeah, okay, come on, there we go. Whoa, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. All right, so we just need to do that. Open that up, break that one. All right. All right, now that is our second iron golem platform complete, and it should work quite nicely. So the golems won't get stuck on anything. They're the same level. Perfect. So this one I'm not going to bore you through building another 7x7 platform or 8x7 platform. Okay, welcome back everybody. So it is night time. We're going to go get our zombie. Just to give you a rundown how the pod looks. So the soul sand must be in line with the bottom of here, of these pods here. You can use the fence here, or you can use the solid block. I just like the look of the fence. It's up to you. The design, as long as the zombie can't escape out, that's the main purpose. There is one thing. When you put the zombie in here out of the minecart, however you get the zombie in here, it's up to you. But with the minecart, you've got to make sure there's nowhere else the zombie can spawn to once you break the minecart, or he's going to spawn there. So you'll see what I've done here. I'm going to put another piece of sand there, or dirt, because the zombie will try and land there. So I'll be standing here so he can't land there, and then I'll be blocking this off with a piece of fence like that when he comes up. So let us go get our said friendly zombie. Okay, there is Fred, our friendly zombie. Now, we need to make sure you can't despawn, so there's two ways you can do that. You can either give him a name tag, or you give him an item. So let's see. Whoops. And he doesn't want to pick it up. All right, so then you're going to get some blank name tags. You're going to put them in an anvil, give them a name, subscribe. Yep, pretty good idea, I think. And then you're going to hop on up here and you're going to name tag him. Now we do need a minecart, so I've got my minecart there. I'm going to put it in our dispenser. And he's A for away. There he goes, Mr. Subscribe. Okay, now, as I said, so we want to put a fence there that'll stop him from spawning there. Now, he can't spawn on the block I'm standing on, obviously. So what we want to do is break the minecart rails there and the rail there. That'll cause the minecart to sink. Now, if you check, there should be no other place for him to spawn. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to break the minecart. Perfect, exactly what I wanted to happen. Now we just need our bucket of water. And we're going to put in another fence post there. Going to break that and that. And voila. Right, so it's too high. You see immediately what happened. There was a good example. So as he looks around, he's scaring the villagers. The villagers will then start to spawn golems. I'm just going to set the times. There we go. Today, there was the first golem that spawned. You can see there's already a couple down there at the rates here. Okay, so now that is the first pod working. All right, so too high, gap, solid block, and off you go. So I'm going to build the rest of these pods, and we'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, as you can see, it's working a treat. Just make sure you build your pods in the middle, so they just need to be in the middle of the pods themselves. All right, the problem I'm having now, as you can see, I've got such a stupid amount of golems. I need to do something with him, don't I? All right, so we... Oh, I almost feel sorry for that Enderman. Almost. All right, so I'm going to set it to peaceful so I can kill all these golems and start building a collection system. All right, so we're now building our collection system. So what you want to do is find the middle of the farm. So under that central piece of soul sand, then you're going to go one block on either side of it. So you're going to end up with a trench that is 3 blocks wide. Now what you're going to do is you're going to count from the edge of the trench 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 8. And on the 9th block, you're going to build your back wall. Like that. All right, now you're going to repeat the process on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to build our back wall. All right, so this is going to be our collection system for our iron golems. So now we're just going to fill this up with water. Like that. And voila. Let's repeat the same process here. Now we're just going to put 3 buckets of water here. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to, where this one ends here, we're going to just chop that one out there. So it'll then continue flowing downwards. Okay, so our collection system and killing chamber is going to be based here. So the first things you want to do is you'll need to put some signs down for here to stop the water flow, and then directly beneath that, one block below that, you're going to put down some additional signs like that. Hold on crouch and do it again like that. Now you can make this, I would just suggest for now, depending on how big you want to do it, just 3 wide like that. And then I'm just going to put some, yeah, no, that'll be good. Oops, that's wrong. Okay. Now I'm just going to make it look a little bit neater. Just want to put some red concrete down here like that. Right, so that will be step 1. Now what we can do in the meantime is we're just going to put some lava here, and that is going to be our killing chamber. All right, so you can see that's where those golems are going to fall in and burn to death. Now obviously a single double chest is not going to be able to collect all of this iron. It's just going to be too much. So you're going to have a pretty robust iron system for this. So there we go. Okay, so we're just about finished here, and I'm just going to punch out a hole there so I can actually, whoops, like that. All right, and that is our collection system complete. Now, this will not handle a 2 or 3 hours of this system going full bore, because we're going to get it up and running now. So I just need some more villagers and zombies, because I had to kill everybody to get rid of all those golems. So we'll do that, and we'll have a quick little time lapse. Alright, the last bit we need to do for the farm is we need our AFK platform. So you have two options. You either don't need to build one, but that means you need to light up all the caves underneath your farm in a direction of 64 blocks in every direction, which is a lot of work to do. What you can also do is from the center of the farm, so that would be this block here, you go up, say the max you can go is 128, but because of the farm's width, you can probably do 110 to make sure you encompass the beds on the edges. So we're going to go up 110 blocks from that block there. You can see it on the left hand side of my screen here. So that's block 85. And so 85 plus 110 is 195. So we're going to go up 195 blocks. And that's where we're going to build our AFK platform. Okay, welcome above, guys. So we are now at, a block 195. So I want to make the base at 195. So we're just going to build those foundations out of glass because it looks nice and it's a cheap enough block to build. So you don't need a lot. I would probably do something along the lines of that, and then I want a little bit of red concrete just to keep things in theme. And we're just going to go up, say 3 blocks on each corner, and like this, and one more. And now here, I'm actually just going to fill the rest in with glass. Obviously, if you're going to be AFKing, you need to protect yourself and make sure the phantoms don't come eat your lunch. Now, you can either put a trap door here underneath, or what I prefer to do, because by this time, I would probably have a elytra, something like that, or you build up something to climb up. It's up to you. I would suggest getting a elytra if you're going to be building up this high. So what I'm going to do is just get a door. A normal oak door is fine. And I'm just going to put a door there so I can open and close. And then maybe go out a block or 3 just to give myself a bit of an easier landing platform for the elytra. And there is my AFK platform. So get down. It is literally as simple as falling down into your water stream. All right, so I did empty the chest and of all the iron that was in there. Sorry, had a brain meltdown there. And so let's go look at how many golems. I would suggest you guys do make this too high on the outside here like this, so the golems can't escape. There we go. So just something like that. And now let's actually have a look. So you can see that in that little time I was up building that, I got a stack of iron. It is a bit insane. All right, guys, thank you so much. That is pretty much how this farm works. You can see our spawning platform from on top there, and you can see how the farm works. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If this farm helps you out, let me know down in the comments down below. But as always, keep safe, keep well. I've got another 3 videos coming up really soon. One is a villager breeder, one is a zombie converter, and then the one is your zombie curing station. And they are all using very little redstone as well. So thank you so much for watching. Do remember to smash that subscribe button and share the video far and wide. Remember, keep safe, keep well, and I'll see you really soon. Cheers for now.